Cassava balls, a delicious recipe that many people know by different names depending on the country. For this recipe, we'll be using cassava, salt, butter, egg, all-purpose flour, oil for frying, and cheese for the filling to create crispy, golden cassava balls that are perfect for sharing or even selling. To start, place 2 kilograms of cassava in a pot and add 2 cups of water. Add 1 tablespoon of salt and let it boil for about 30 minutes, or until the cassava becomes very soft. In my country, the Dominican Republic, we call it yuca, but tell me, what do you call it in your country? Once the cassava is fully cooked, check that it's soft, then transfer it to a large bowl. Using a fork, mash it little by little. If you have a potato masher, you can also use that. Friends, we love cassava because there are so many ways to prepare it. What kind of cassava dishes do you usually make at home? I'd love to read your ideas. Now add a little butter and 1 egg at room temperature. Using gloves, mix everything well so the ingredients are fully incorporated. This recipe is not only delicious and easy, but it's also great if you're thinking of making it as a small business. In my country, these are commonly sold as cassava balls. Next, add 1 cup of all-purpose flour and mix again using gloves. It's very important that the dough becomes compact and smooth. At this stage, taste the dough and adjust the salt if needed. Once done, the dough is ready. Lightly grease your hands with oil so the dough doesn't stick. Shaping the dough will now be very easy. Form the cassava balls like this. For the filling, I'm using mozzarella cheese, but you can use any cheese you prefer. This is how they should look once formed. Heat plenty of oil in a pot and carefully add the cassava balls little by little. Since the cassava is already cooked, the frying time is short. Fry them just until they turn golden on all sides. Once golden, remove them from the oil and they're ready to enjoy. Tell me what you thought of this recipe and if you already knew about cassava balls. I'll see you in the next video.